Good morning. Our story this morning is a photo essay called Bread, Bread, Bread. Tomorrow is World Communion Sunday, and we're going to gather in the parking lot and share communion and remember that when we share communion on World Communion Sunday especially, we remember that God unites us with people all over the world. And did you know that people all over the world eat bread? I love bread. And I like bread from places all over the world. So some of these photographs are going to give us some idea about what some bread could look like. And when you bring your own bread for communion, it can look like any of this bread. It doesn't have to look the same as everyone else's. Here's our first picture. People all over the world eat bread. There are many kinds, many shapes, and many sizes. Skinny bread, fat bread, round, flat bread, bread with a hole. Crunchy bread, lunchy bread, and bread to soak up your egg. Pizza, pretzel, they're bread too. You know what? Pretzels are some of my very, very favorite kind of bread. Bread on the table, bread on your head. Bread is good for you. It helps you grow. It makes you strong. Making bread, shaping bread, baking bread. Toasting bread, cooking bread over the fire. Fill up the basket, off to market. Bread for sale. Breaking bread together. Have a bite. Delicious. And I wanted to tell you some of the places that we saw pictures of bread. It was from Israel, the United States, Peru, Ghana, England, Indonesia, France, Portugal, India, Germany, Sicily, Greece, Mexico, Ecuador, Hong Kong, Guatemala. Pictures came from all of those places. There are so many different kinds of bread. And one of the things that I always remember from when I was a little girl was my grandmother and my great aunt Louise made bread. Have you ever seen somebody making bread? So they would take that dough, and they would punch it down in that bowl. They had a big bowl. They'd punch it down in the bowl, and then they'd put a towel over it and put it someplace warm. And we would watch that towel sort of raise up. and then they'd bake the bread. And nothing smells quite like baking bread. If you've ever walked past a bakery, or if anyone in your home has ever baked bread, it smells, oh, it smells heavenly. And one of my favorite communion stories is about my friend Marguerite. Now, Marguerite, at the time that I met her, was 92. And Marguerite had grown up on a farm, and she had never ever bought bread. She always made bread, so she made bread every morning. And she made the bread for the communion at the church where I served. And so she would bring in this fresh, warm, homemade bread, and we would distribute it to everyone. And it tasted so good that when everyone was taking communion, they'd put it in their mouth, and they would close their eyes and inhale. And what I liked about that is that reminds us that we can taste and see that God is good. So, beloved, I hope you can join us tomorrow outside. Bring your warm clothes. Bring a blanket if that feels more comfortable. But we will be gathering in the parking lot outside and sharing in World Communion Sunday. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful day. Goodbye.